lovely morning. Look at that sun coming through the trees. We found the most beautiful campsite here in Sedona, Arizona. It's called the Rancho Sedona RV Park, and you couldn't be closer to Sedona. It's literally right in the centre, amidst the beautiful red rocks. You can just about see on the horizon through these lovely spreading trees. I don't know what sort of trees they are, but they are stunning. And it's a beautiful campsite, incredibly well kept. Really nice pictures, different size pictures for different size RVs and little motorhomes. Loads of room to park. There's a beautiful creek running at the back here you can walk along, and very, very, very nice. The staff are really nice and friendly and helpful. Quite a few rules, but hey, you know, it clearly works. If you can keep a place looking so great, a few rules don't go amiss. You can walk into Sedona. They have a really nice list of all the interesting walks and hikes and drives you can do close by. So yeah, really, really, really recommend this one. It's quite expensive. It's including taxes, about $70 a night, but you know, just occasionally you can treat yourselves, or you know, when you want to be really, if you could just here for a couple of days, it's silly to park 45 minutes away. You know, for the expense, I think it's worth staying here and really making the most of this gorgeous town. It really is one of our favourite places we've been to so far. It's also worth mentioning there's 50 amp hookups, 30 or 50, and full drainage on every site. Each site has a little picnic table, somewhere to sit, lots of places for you to walk your dogs nicely, and just generally it's a very nice site. It gets quite booked up apparently. You do have to ring ahead a few days in advance, and I guess at peak times it's quite hard to get into, but well worth booking. The one thing I would mention about this campsite, as with so many others, their internet is absolutely rubbish. I mean, most campsites that you go to, they will say they have internet, but it usually means that you have to sit in their office and get onto the internet. There's no way their internet covers the grounds, no matter how small. This is a very small site, or large, and it does infuriate us. So you know, you basically you have to just discount the internet at these campsites and make your own provisions.
So today we're on a bit of a scenic drive around Sedona. Now, we've just stopped at the first viewpoint, and there's lots of drives. One of them is about 14 miles. I think this one is about 5 miles, and the scenery is just, well, it's just breathtaking. We're always surprised when we go to these places. You think, oh, how can it get better than the last place? But we came here in the winter, last January, and it was very nice, but it was so gloomy and misty and foggy, and freezing cold. It's so nice to be in shorts and a t-shirt and just driving around seeing these just amazing sights. I suppose so far in our trip, if I was to live anywhere in America, this would be one of the places. I think it is just amazing. Well, if you've never been to Sedona, you're missing a trick. It is a beautiful place, and it's surrounded by these amazing red rocks, and at different times of the day the sun hits the rocks in different ways, and early evening they absolutely glow. A bit like my wife. You glow early evening as well, don't you, after you've had a few drinks?
Vodka and tonic, yeah. So this is the airport lookout from the upper side of Sedona. You go one side and look at one side of Sedona, and you come the other side and look at the other side of Sedona, and how it sort of nestles in between these beautiful cathedral rocks all around the horizon. The colour is stunning. It's this deep red sienna, and the very green evergreens, because we're quite high up in altitude here. It's a very weird climate. You drive, and in the space of about 20 minutes you come from fir trees to lower fir trees to cacti. It's the most bizarre transition you've ever seen. And there's also these lovely very blackened old tree stumps and branches and that, which contrast beautifully. It's fabulous. Absolutely stunning rock formations.
People of my age probably grew up listening to the Eagles. I mean, my kids absolutely hate the Eagles because we played it. Well, ever since they've grown up, all they've heard is the Eagles. But I am an Eagles fan, like it or not, and I'm in one of the places that I needed to go to. It's on the bucket list, and that is standing on the corner. And guess where I am? In Winslow, Arizona. So we're going to go and stand on the corner now.
Well, I'm standing on a corner in Winslow, Arizona. Such a fine sight to see. It's a girl, my lord, in a flatbed Ford, slowing down at me to look at.
So we've just left Winslow, which was it was interesting, and I'm really glad we did that. So we thought we would come via this way and just have a look at this big hole in the ground. $18 to see a big hole in the ground, but Julia tells me it's worth it. It is basically a big hole in the ground.
Made by a meteor.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure this video doesn't do it justice. It is a massive, massive impact zone. I think it was 26,000 miles an hour it hit, and it's made a big dent in the earth. So yeah, pretty impressive. Yeah, you're not allowed any cameras on the skywalk at all, so we can film from here, but you can't film from there. So we'll just give you a look at the surroundings.
Just let's say what it is. It's a glass platform. You have to cover your shoes when you go on it, apparently, and it's 4,000 feet above the Grand Canyon, so you get to see what's truly below you. Although you can see what's truly below you here, because you can just walk right to the edge, which is just a sheer 4,000 foot drop. Scary.
So this actually is the edge of the Grand Canyon. There's absolutely no fences at all. It's a tad scary. And that's the platform that we're going to go on now. So we've just come back off the Skywalk, which, okay, it's $80 to do this, so it is bloody expensive, but I tell you what, it's a once in a lifetime, it's so worth it. I think the thing that amazes me here more than anything is all these idiots who sit on the edge and have a photo taken, and I think sooner or later one of them's going to fall off. I mean, they go right literally to the edge, to the point of hanging off, just for a selfie. I mean, it's just mental, absolutely mental. They obviously had their brain removed before they came here. This experience, Skywalk, do it. Cross it off the bucket list, but you've got to do it. When you first walk on it, your stomach will churn because it's so high. The other thing worth noting is get here early. We were one of the first tours and it was very accessible. We're about 2 hours in now and there's a lot of people here, and this is still fairly off-peak, I think, now. So in the height of the summer, I would imagine this would be absolutely ram-packed. The other thing that's quite surprising, believe it or not, there's some people in high heel shoes going to the edge and having a photo taken. I mean, I just don't get it.
The women, not the men.
Yeah, that's the women, not the men. The cross-dressing men, I think, is the next stop on the bus.
Okay, I'm a little bit nearer the edge than Glenn went. It's just a wonderful experience, this. Wouldn't have missed it for the world. Wanted to do it ever since I heard that they built this structure, which is absolutely incredible. And the other thing to say, which makes the whole experience so pleasant, is the Hualape tribe who own and run this whole joint. What a charming tribe of Native Americans they are. Absolutely lovely, lovely people, and they've made the whole experience such a pleasure. Full of information, incredibly friendly, proud of their heritage. Fabulous, absolutely fabulous experience.
So this is what I mean about people hanging over the edge. This is someone who wants a photo taken, hanging over the edge. Mental. What do you think, Julia?
Oh, spectacular. Spectacular. Just the vastness of it, it's just extraordinary. Just